Bittersweet feelings crash into me as I look upon this ring tonight. All the memories, all the amazing events that have happened in the Superdome since the start of season 5, and it's really shocking to me that we are to this point, but we've still got a full season to go. What an off season that's been created in the many events that have happened between the 9th Sasha Heavyweight Championship and now. So many great things that have been put on for the National Heavy Boxing League leading up to what you see in the ring right now. The 10th season. Since 2012, the National Heavy Boxing League has been the premier level of heavy boxing in the Team Fortress 2 community, and that still stands true today. Tonight begins the official campaign for one boxer to try and become the 10th Sasha Heavyweight Champion. For tonight's tournament, Comfy Len will lead off the night as the defending Natasha and Sasha Heavyweight Champion, a feat that has never happened in the league's history. Many boxers come in looking to claim a playoff spot early. Several boxers look to make a name for themselves, to etch themselves in history. And others are just hoping they can get qualified in this high-paced tournament with the Warrior spirit. With all the amazing sponsors featured in the ring, all of the hype, all of the work that's come up into it, this also starts a season-long campaign where after essentially every Season 10 event, a member of the NHBL community, either a boxer, a staff member, an administrative staff member, the like, will give a speech reflecting on their time at the NHBL, what it's meant to them, and any special thank yous they have to give. And that starts tonight with a very special guest in Gearhead. But at the end of the day, everyone's here to see boxing. Everyone's here to celebrate 10 seasons of amazing, glorious competition. And not just honor the past, but honor the present and look towards the future in the NHBL Finals. Tonight, the Warrior spirit will be on display for the final time as the Backyard Brawl will show the prominence and open the season in the best way. The hype has built up to this point. It is now time. Season 10 will officially commence in just a few moments. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the beginning officially of Season 10 of the National Heavy Boxing League. Who is going to qualify early for the playoffs and who will have their campaign begin in their quest for the 10th Sasha Heavyweight Championship. Gentleman's Fedora alongside Opacity, and we're excited to be here with you. We start off the tournament with Comfy Len defending his Sasha and Natasha Heavyweight Championship, trying to qualify early to give himself a really great chance at being a back-to-back Sasha Heavyweight Championship feat only accomplished before by Ice. In other news with the rest of this tournament, Mr. Dizzy making his debut back to the major circuit, I believe since Season 7. He has not participated in any NHBL events since then. It's going to be interesting to see how he fares the major circuit against a experienced boxer, no longer a rookie in Baxter, who is in essentially his sophomore year of being a heavy boxer. But you look at the rest of the bracket as well. Great names like Rage Will going against a newcomer, or at least a newcomer to the major circuit, seeing Angus Beef. You look at Oni, who's been in several tournaments in the major circuit, hasn't quite gotten past the first round because of the tough opponents that Oni has been matched against. And you also look at one of the big storylines. The big storylines, of course, White Russian Bear makes his official debut back to the major circuit, and he's got a tough one in the collision of the Bears against a fluffy teddy bear who just 2 seasons ago was in the Final Four of the playoffs, took the loss to Chicken, but both boxers ready to try and qualify for the NHBL playoffs. And of course, Spottin against the rookie of the season in Koopa King 64, and Luna Raven making his major circuit debut against Mr. Dr. Professor Patrick. And I'll be the first one to welcome you, Opacity. Welcome to Season 10. Happy to be with you in the broadcast booth. What are you looking for most in this debut of Season 10?
I'm really happy to see some new faces, and I really want to see some of them really go up in in all the competition that's going to happen. I'm really excited, really hyped, about everything. Um, we can see some old names like Comfy and Fluffy Teddy Bear that uh, brawled in some ancient events. So I expect a lot from them, and just I'm happy that this keep going.
Comfy Len's got a tough route to try and defend his Sasha Heavyweight Championship title, at least in tonight's tournament. He's got plenty of chances throughout the season to show him that he is still the defending champion. But on that side of the bracket alone, just in his quadrant, he's, of course, got the newcomer and Elgato Ancestral, who's originally going to be Space of Vegemite, but dropped out last second. And he will either face off against the rookie of the season in Koopa King or against Spotin, one of the well-versed heavy boxers in the NHBL. For Comfy Len, how much does he have to prove going into tonight's contest?
He made quite a lot last at the last events. It was quite how do you say it? Quite good. It was exciting when he was there. So I expect to see even more show from him. Uh, I expect to see lots of wins, close wins, obviously. Where is the show if it's all a gigantic big win from him or from his opponents? Maybe we lose, maybe we win. Um, that's what we love to see here.
And one of the matches I'm really looking forward to seeing is the collision of the Bears. Fluffy Teddy Bear, you've seen him throughout the season last year, but White Russian Bear, I've seen more of him going throughout his entire career. He's shown up on the fight night scene. He's gotten several reps in. He's ready to go in tonight's tournament. How crucial is this first match for White Russian Bear and his confidence going into season 10?
Uh, um, well, like you said, Fluffy did a lot last seasons, and if I remember right, we didn't see Right Russian Bear quite a lot since I'm here. So I don't really know what I need to expect from him. Obviously, some good matches, but like those his match, this fight between the two bears would be quite something quite impressive. I'm sure about it, but confidence don't have anything to play in that. It's more like what he remembers to do, everything that he he did to make him win. He doesn't have to think what is new, what is old. He just have to think about himself and what can put him to the top.
The EVP of operations for the National Heavy Boxing League, of course, in attendance right now, Clayface. I'm sure one of his dream matches for tonight would be between White Russian Bear and Comfy Len in the final, but we won't see that until potentially tomorrow, depending on how both of those boxers play out. But this opening tournament set to be interesting. And before we get into the matches, Opacity, I know that you were not present at the Backyard Brawl last season, but the high pace of the warrior spirit makes it incredibly difficult because it's instead of about 4 to 5 punches to give, you only have 3 punches to give with both boxers wearing the warrior spirit. What kind of strategies are the heavy boxers looking for to try and change up and qualify for the playoffs early on?
I only see quite a few strategies like playing really defensive, like trying to dodge everything and put really strategical punches, playing really aggressively, directly rushes in and destroys his opponent, or trying to predict the movement of the opponent by dodging and directly fighting, directly doing a punch. It's only the one who will be quicker on this decision.
Elgato Ancestral, and Comfy Len. Now, Cassidy, this is definitely one of those matches that It was originally set to be Space Vegemite and Comfy Lem with round 4, but Space Vegemite dropping out last second for the LPSS Backyard Brawl. And what's really interesting about this is Comfy Len, he was preparing to face off against Space Vegemite. He was preparing for essentially that round 4 matchup. Faced against him twice in the major circuits and a third time in the offseason during Fight Night major events. So, what does Comfy Len have to do? Does he have to change any of his preparation when he's not facing off against Space Vegemite, or does he take the same game plan coming in?
I'm pretty sure that, to be honest, Space Vegemite is quite the opponent. He is very strong, he is very good at uh, uh, at the boxing. So I'm pretty sure that Comfy doesn't really have to change his mindset, because he was expecting to fight a strong opponent. Not to say that Elgato is weaker or anything, because I don't really know him. We will see that into these matches. But pretty sure that, thinking that your opponent will be way better than what you're thinking is the right mind, and that's the way to keep safe.
And Comfy Len, of course, won Best Heavy Boxer for season 9. 9 took that role from Ice going into the playoffs, and Comfy Len has just been fantastic throughout his entire run in the NHBL. The only time he has not shown up was in the Boxing Day Classic in his debut in the major circuits, and from there it just started an incredible run through the European Finals, through the fisticuffs and the Battle Royale of season 9, and he was well deserving of getting that role in the NHBL Fisties of season 9. And it looks like we've got about one more warm-up round for Elgato Ancestral. You can't really say much about him at this point because he is a newcomer in the major circuit. But what does he have to do? The advantage he's had, depending on how much he's watched in the NHBL's 9th season, he at least has some film on Comfy Len. What do you think he takes from that film to learn and get better going into his debut?
Um, First of all, I think, because he watched Confident fight, pretty much, well, a lot. I think he maybe knows how Confident work. Comfy does really have a really pensive gameplay. Like, first of all, he quickly analyzes what his opponent is doing, and then he adapts himself. So Elgato Ancestral, I'm sure he knows it, but he doesn't have to be scared from that. You just have to stay calm, stay concentrated, and land off his punches.
Okay, at the sound of the bell, you may begin.
And season 10 is underway for the National Heavy Boxing League. Comfy Len with the aggressive approach as Elgato trying to play a little bit more passive, gets the punch in, evenly dealt back by both. Elgato a swing and the miss in the air, trying to get something going, gets another punch in on Comfy Len. Gonna get it done. Elgato takes the first round. And Opacity, it's those kind of movements are what's gonna keep Elgato, or at least keep Comfy Len on his toes.
Indeed, we can see that Elgato did a little dodge on the right at the last punch that Comfy wanted to land. He did miss a punch on Comfy, and Comfy landed, but that's what gave him too much confidence and make him lost this round.
Matter. At the sound of the bell, you may begin.
Round 2, Elgato with a 1-0 advantage. Comfy Len gets the first punch in, not evenly dealt back. Elgato on the ropes, and Comfy Len takes it back. He knew that he was down and knew he was in an elimination position, and now it's tied 1-1.
So we were clearly able to see that Comfy tried to aim right this time, not going full, not rushing in, trying to get his movement as fast as possible. He was really focused on his punching, and must really manage to land 3 punch directly.
At the sound of the bell, you may begin.
Already an amazing start to the season, tied 1-1. Elgato again playing the passive approach. Comfy Len trying to be aggressive with a punch in by Elgato, swinging the miss in the air, trying to get something going. Elgato gets it, the upset of the season. Elgato eliminates Comfy Len in the first round. What a start to season 10.
That's quite the start indeed. I really wasn't expecting this. Comfy Len losing directly his first match against a newcomer. That's really impressive, really unexpected.
Warm-up
That's
rounds commencing here for Oni and TD. But opacity again. What has Oni learned from the lack of success in season 9 that is going to potentially propel him to be successful in season 10?
just lack of success, like you said, doesn't must not come to his mind. Really doesn't have to really think about it. It's like it's a new season. We're here. We're brand new season, new skin, new everything. So your mind doesn't have to think about the past. Just think about what you can do. You just need to think about what he can become, not what he was, what he is.
And that's the important thing, is using those past experiences to become better as you go through the rest of the season. And as for TD, the paradox, the big thing with that is he just saw the upset of arguably the upset of the season, with Comfy Len being eliminated in the first round. So how much of a motivational factor is that to TD as a newcomer who's looking to pull off that upset as well?
I'm pretty sure that Comfy being eliminated, sorry, um, really destroy the weight on his mind, uh, on his spirit and everything. Um, that that really leaves a mark in his mind, saying, "No, there's nothing that can stop me." Like, yeah, maybe when Comfy was here, maybe he could have beaten everyone. If the end wasn't what it was, but now nothing's here to stop anyone. So really, everyone is now free of mind, free of everything, and can go very high.
Son the bell, you may begin.
And now the second match of season 10 is underway. Oni just staring down his opponent as the paradox is moving around, trying to get some footwork going, but Oni just staring down at his opponent. This is one of those matches that is completely trying to keep motivation, and the punches go in. The paradox is defeated. Oni with the stare down intimidation factor, incredibly successful.
Oh jeez, that's such amazing matches to start. Comfy losing and now death. Really funny. Just standing there, waiting for your opponent to come, trying to punch you, dodging, and then taking the advantage. That's just amazing.
Son the bell, you may begin.
1-0 advantage for Oni, and I believe the term now is coined the Oni Eye, and this is definitely the paradox is trying to use the Oni Eye as well. You see these kind of stare downs and these intimidation factors in the NHBL all the time. Not used often, but it's worked out for Oni so far, as both of them are shouting at each other to try and get one to move over the other. Something will have to happen eventually, as you see Disco TJ giving it Spogo giving him 10 seconds to move, and not even 1 second used to move, as Oni swing and a miss. Punch dealt evenly by both. Punch dealt evenly by others, and Oni with the 2-0 sweep is headed to the next round. The Oni Eye could possibly be the next spot in Gator roll.
Okay, that was really an interesting start. Oni did land his 3 punches. Pretty nicely done. I don't even know what to expect anymore. Like, we had some pretty basic, in quotation, and normal matches last seasons. Everything went how it was supposed to win. And first match, Comfy lose. Second match, the two opponents just staring into each other's souls. don't know. I don't know. I don't really know what to say. Just we're just staring into each other's souls. That was really, really interesting.
Luna Raven and Mr. Dr. Professor Patrick. Now, Luna Raven, he's been at Fight Night. He's no stranger to the NHBL. He just hasn't made a major circuit debut up until this point. And Luna Raven, he's got Fight Night experience. He's been on several major events, and if Sins were here, he would help me on these Fight Night statistics, and I'm sure I'll be skewered for not knowing this off the top of my head. But I'm pretty confident that Luna Raven won his first major event within the last month or two, so he's got some momentum building off of that. And at least for Luna Raven on this case, what has he got to do to show up on the major circuit and bring it to the next level?
To be honest, I don't really know. Never saw any one of them fighting. I like first round Luna Raven win, but that doesn't really means anything. So just he may have won some major events. Uh, but I am losing my words. You may have won a major event pretty since the last month, so that can put a certain mindset in his opponent. He can be pretty scared. I don't know. So let's just see how it's going to go and improvise from there and get the notes for everything that's going to happen.
And Mr. Dr. Professor Patrick, he's been around since the days of the Swap Shop Boxing League, several interpromotional matches between the NHBL and the SSBL. And he's, of course, in the Hall of Fame. So one of those boxers who is nothing to shy away from. He's won about one or two tournaments in his boxing career. So he's one of those guys who, especially in Season 10 with the final season here, back in Season 6 winning 2 tournaments, it's been a while since he's won a tournament. So this is the time for him to show up. What does Patrick got to do with the tough opponents ahead to win his first tournament of the season?
It's like a chance to really come back to win a few things. Like we can see a 2-1 in the warm-up rounds. Like you said before, it doesn't mean anything, but really it's a star that shines. He just need to grab it and spread his wings and win over and over and go really high.
All right, at the sound of the bell, you may begin.
And round 1 begins. Patrick and Luna Raven changed his name to Biggie Cheese as the Mr. Bombastic Man. Even punch dealt by both, and Patrick, just with the more aggressive punching, had the earlier on first punch and used that to his advantage to take round 1.
Quite surprised his opponent. Yeah, I think. Jeez, I don't even remember the name of Big Cheesy. And yes, Luna Raven, my bad. So yeah, Luna wasn't really expecting Patrick to to rush in and land all his punches. That's quite a surprise.
The start of the bell, you may begin.
1-0 advantage for Patrick already. Luna Raven's got a tough hill to climb, but can he be bombastic enough? Gives the cheer and paints in Patrick on that one. Got the first punch in, 2, and how about 3? What a strategy used by Luna Raven for Biggie Cheese to tie it up.
That was quite a sneaky punch. They were both facing each other, being quite a bit friendly to each other, and then Luna Raven just put in just land that sneaky punch and just went in full heavy mod, full punch. That was we can see some really interesting strategies from since the beginning of those matches. That's interesting.
At the start.
And now round 3 between Biggie Cheese and Patrick. Who's going to take the tiebreaker? Luna Raven gets the first punch in, deals it back to Patrick, And Luna Raven in his debut, 2-1. He's headed to the quarterfinals.
Now, Luna Raven is really good on dodging the punches, and damn it, I'm losing my words. So like I said, he's really good at dodging and landing sneaky punches, to really take the advantage. And when he got that second punch, he just goes in and doesn't care for everything else. Um, if if Patrick, Dr. Professor Patrick, would have landed a second punch, it would have been a bit a bit closer to a bit more intense, because Luna wouldn't have obviously win or anything would have been set.
Mr. Dizzy, otherwise known as Smug Business, colliding with Baxter. And Mr. Dizzy, of course, participated in season 7, took several seasons break for different reasons, decided to come back for the final season, and through the backup rosters, finally managed to get in here. He was second place in the Natasha Heavyweight Championship in the first European Finals tournament, and he made a name for himself when he was in the NHBL, but especially with his Waluigi signature shout, which I'm sure we'll hear tonight if he wins a round. And Smug Business, he's a man he's a Franco Swiss that you cannot mess with when he's in the ring. I believe my broadcast partner got a little bit cut out there, but in terms of Baxter, you look at his skill as well. He's in his technically sophomore year as a heavy boxer, and he's one of the guys who made it to the playoffs. Of course, got matched up against Comfy Len in the first round, and everyone knows what happened with that story. So, Opacity, with this match, what's the big thing you're looking for the most?
Oh, I was muted. I'm really looking for aggressive gameplays from both of the boxers, because Baxter is really hungry boxer, hungry player, an angry player, and Mr. Didzy, not really heard a lot about him, but as we can see in the warm-up rounds, we can see that he's quite aggressive too, a bit more passive at first, but then when he see that um, his opponent is going in, he's just doing the same and rushing.
Alright, when you hear the bell, you may begin.
And Smug Business's debut for the first time since season 7 is underway, and Baxter's sophomore boxing year is underway. Swing and a miss, but Baxter gets the first punch dealt in, gets it evenly dealt, but Baxter comes out on top and wins round 1.
That was delicious.
They always landed their punch right after each other. Baxter had the lead, so only if he missed a punch, he only could have won this round. I didn't see any other end to this one. Quite nice actually. Very quick, very strong.
When you hear the bell, you may begin.
And Baxter just getting a false start there.
Alright, when you hear the bell, you may begin.
And now Bax with a 1-0 advantage over Smug Business. Punches dealt in, and Baxter with the quick punch knockout. Baxter with a 2-0 sweep advances to the quarterfinals.
So Bax was a little excited of playing this round with his full start. So he did land all of his punches, all 3 quick, very quick punches. It was really unexpected. I thought this round was going to be more slow, more passive, but no. Like I said, Baxter is a really angry player, a really angry boxer. He just don't think about anything and just rushes in anymore, rushing.
3 warm-up rounds between these two as Koopa goes outside of the ring and back in, and I guess we are good to go. All right, so we'll talk first about Spot. Everyone knows the story behind him, around since season 4, still trying to get that coveted Sasha Heavyweight Championship. But what's interesting about Spottin is he's been on the competition committee. He's been on all aspects of the league, and he will always tell you that he will only be able to win a championship with stock fists. How much more pressure is on him to try and get the win when he's outside of his comfort zone in the Warrior Spirit?
Being outside of his comfort zone, we'll just have to make him put some more efforts into the matches, to have more concentrations, to really know when is landing a crucial punch, because with stock fist, if I'm right, it's 4 punch. So you have a bit more time to really think about what is happening. But with the warrior spirits, it's really quicker than with stock. So just a bit more concentrations, and I'm pretty sure he can win without any real problem. But everything can happen. I mean, look at the previous matches. That's quite the example.
It's been an incredible start to this season, and we're looking forward to see how it goes with the rest of it. But Koopa King 64, rookie of the season in season 9, of course, went all the way to the to the quarterfinals in the playoffs, lost a close one to Bright Boy, and it's a testament to how Koopa King has improved and how the Fight Night system really works, because Koopa King, of course, hadn't been able to get as many wins as he wanted to in the regular tournaments or any of that, but won Rookie of the Season and went on to the quarterfinals, and it was close to somebody who the only person that Bright Boy lost to the playoffs was Comfy Len. So for Koopa King, he's got a lot of momentum coming into this season. How much does his Rookie of the Year award play in here?
Like you said, he did fight a lot, some very good players. So his experience, really, I'm pretty sure his experience with those is really going to shows up in this tournament, in this event. If he managed to beat Spot, it's going to be really interesting to see every of his matches, to see how he's playing, how he's adapting himself to his opponent gameplay. Really, it's going to be really interesting to see what's going to happen with him.
Later tonight. So now Koopa King 64 with the voices on his mic, just getting some stuff going. Oh goodness. Talk about intimidation factor. It's time, and he's now Nightmare Fredbear.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think
no.
a demon has entered the server and is taking over Koopa King. I mean, just look at that heavy loadout too.
Alright, at the sound of the bell, you may begin.
And now round 1 between Spottin and the now Nightmare Fredbear. First punch in, Spottin trying to deal it back evenly. Koopa King gets the punch in, and he was down on the ropes and managed to avoid punches from Spottin and takes round 1.
Oh, I really thought, not with Fredbear, I'm gonna call him like this until the end of the match. I really thought he was going to lose, but he was really good on his dodges. I wasn't really prepared for this, and just waited for a last miss from spots, and destroyed him. Just really destroyed him.
Once the bell rings, you may begin.
Round 2. Koopa has a 1-0 advantage. Even punch in, gets it back. Spottin, who looked like he was down on the ropes, and Koopa King got the first punch in there early. Spot managed to keep calm, keep composed, and now it's tied 1-1.
1-1 indeed. Really quick. Like I said, it's or a slow match because the two boxers will try to see what the other one's gonna do, or a really quick one that just goes into the blink of an eye. And like this, they both went really aggressive and finished it.
Once the bell rings, you may begin.
Tied round between Spottin and Koopa King. Who's it going to be? Circling around the ring. First punch dealt in by Spottin. Deals it backhand. Spottin will advance to the quarterfinals. Was down 1-0. Comes back to win it 2-1.
Now, there was full miss from Koopa King's side. It's really sad, very, very sad. I was expecting way more than this from him. For what he managed to give for us in the last season, but everything can happen. So really well played from Spot to dodge quite a bit and just let Koopa King miss him by himself. To be really honest.
And what an
You to assume a simple demon could stop me.
I tell you, the amount of people who have gotten soundboards is pretty incredible in the NHBL, and it's starting to be more prevalent. But Rage Will and Angus Beef, a collision between two Fight Night greats. And we'll start with Rage Will. He's got that new unusual effect for Halloween, has spiders crawling all over him. He might be the demon that's possessed, honestly, but at least for Rage Will, he's been in the major circuit for a while. He's worked and tried to get up there, but he's been had some really tough matchups. So
curse feds? Hold on.
He's showing off all his unusuals and those spiders.
Okay.
Oh goodness. Yeah, he has been cursed for sure. But Rage Will is one of those boxers who just when you look at his record, yes, he hasn't been able to win a tournament yet. But what he has to his name is that he's stayed neck and neck with some top tier boxers, and I think it's possible that it can help him tonight against Angus Beef, Opacity.
Yeah, he fighted some very experienced fighters, so all of those previous matches really, I'm pretty sure, really make him stronger in his mind, in his body, in his competence. So I expect some really nice gameplay from him, some great mind game, some good dodges, and obviously some very great punching.
And this is just one of those situations where Rage Will has got an opponent who he's seen at Fight Night before. Angus Beef is now a regular NHBL Fight Night competitor, and he's started to show up. He's got the poster, he's got the mileage at this point and everything, and he's one of those competitors that you can mess with him, but if you do, it's not going to go well, especially because he's the chief executive officer of Beef altogether.
Indeed, we're gonna see a very great match right now. Last matches were great, were good, interesting, but this one is going to be in the good old rules of the NHBLs of the of the warrior spirit rules. Some great mindsets, some good punches, everything we need to have a good fight.
And a good fight is what we're expecting to see as well. Second match of his career to officiate. Crackers is going to get us through Angus Beef colliding with Rage Will.
All right, Rage Will, are you ready? Angus, are you ready?
You're going to need him to
Alright.
type.
At the sound of the bell, you may begin.
That has got to be the best start to a match I've ever seen. Rage Will not messing around. Possibly the best start of his match he's ever had. Gets 2 punches in. It's evenly dealt back, but the CEO of Beef just chucks himself across the ring and takes round 1.
So both boxers just landed 2 quick punches to each other. They knew it. They backed off, looked into their eyes, waited to see who's gonna be the one to move first to go in, and well, CEO just went in, but to be totally honest, Rage Will should have waited to see what was going to happen, and dodged quickly.
At the sound of the bell, you may begin.
Round 2. Rage Will's got a tough hill to climb. The CEO of Beef just has to get 3 punches in. Rage Will circling around, gets the first punch, dealt evenly back by Angus. Another punch in again, hook punch. Rage Will swing and a miss. Same with Angus Beef, trying to get something going, and another swing and a miss in the air. Who's it going to be? It's Angus Beef. Just waited and then got the punch dealt back in, and Angus Beef is headed to the next round against Oni. Oh, he loves that sound effect. Oh, incredible.
So like last match, they just waited to see what was going to happen from their opponent's side, waited, and just went in when it was the right time. We can see that that Beef just have a really better timing than Rage Wheel. I'm oof, starting to get really hard to get all my ideas together. But yes, we would have we've seen that Biff really had better timing than Rage Wheel to know when to go in and just not do some some fake misses to build confidence in his opponent.
All right, well, next matchup is the second to last of the round of 16. It's between Random Puncher and Bright Boy, and I'll get your thoughts in a second on this opacity, but as we mentioned, Gearhead will be giving his speech at the end of tonight's broadcast for what the NHBL has meant to him and everything, but he was the commentator who predicted this match was going to happen unintentionally, so Gearhead, I know you can't be in server with us tonight because your computer issues are happening, and I know you'll get, I know you will get those fixed in the future. But Gearhead, just tell me how it feels for this match to be playing out in front of your eyes.
Right Boy and Random Puncher, both boxers. They know each other very well. They've fought so many times against each other. But there's a bit of a wrench thrown in the mix in the form of the Warrior Spirit. We're going down from 5 punches to 3, and it's a weapon that really benefits aggressive play. But not reckless aggressive play. It's all about being strategic, but being on the offensive. You can't just sit back with the Warrior Spirit because you're going to die before you know it.
Yeah, it's just one of those matchups you have between these boxers with having less punches to give. It's aggression. And you know, Bright Boy, first South American boxer to make it into the Final Four of an NHBL of the playoffs, and it just shows to how skilled Bright Boy is. I mean, he had that close match against the Rookie of the Season in Koopa King in the quarterfinals, won that match 4 rounds to 3, and you also look at his opponent, Random Puncher, who signed up for the season, has been to fight nights, has been dedicated. So it's going to be interesting to see how it goes down. But Opacity, with this matchup, you have you've got a ping difference. Bright Boy at 108 connecting in from South America. Random Puncher at 21, so very close to the New York server. This is where Bright So comfort zone is.
Said the son of the bell.
Alright.
You may begin.
And here's round one between one of the most anticipated matches of this tournament. Even punch by both. Looks like it's Random Puncher who got that second punch in on the swing, got the third one in, and now it's 1-0.
Pretty quick, pretty strong, as we expected from Warrior Spirit fight. Nothing really to say right now. Just was really nice to see. It was really smooth. Everything went right.
Wait, when you hear the bell, you may begin.
Round two, Random Puncher with the advantage, and Bright Boy unlocks the power of Obama Gaming by changing his Steam name. Gets the first punch in, Random Puncher trying to deal it back, and the swing punches, the hook punches come in, and it's tied 1-1.
Power of Obama Gaming really helped on that one. No idea. Will it be a cursed? No idea. But right now, last match, last round, it really went really smoothly, really quickly. I was really expecting that from those two guys, really, from this match.
Alright, when you hear the bell, you may begin.
It's now Ms. Obama Gaming tied up between the two. Who's going to advance to collide with Lunar Raven in the quarterfinals tonight? One can only tell in a few seconds. First punch dealt evenly by both, and it's the Bright Boy himself, the Peruvian, is going to collide with the Lunar Raven in the quarterfinals.
Like I said earlier, really Ping really isn't a big threat. A Bright Boy really managed to work with that Ping from every match as he did, so he adapted himself to use it as an advantage. Really.
Final match of the round of 16. Definitely the one you all have been waiting for, not just on the viewership audience, but the guys who have been around Fight Night. They're ready to see the collision of the bears, a fluffy teddy bear and white Russian bear set to collide. And let's start out with White Russian Bear in his debut to the major circuit since season 8. He of course didn't qualify for the playoffs, took a break, season 7. Of course, didn't qualify for the playoffs in season 7, took a break for season 8 and 9, but is now ready to make his debut as he's just standing there. And same thing with Teddy Bear. They're both just standing on the runways, almost staring each other down from the other side of the ring. But I think it's time. But Russian Bear's got his table out. But all right, time for the guys to get into the ring so they can do their mandatory warm-up rounds as Fluffy Teddy Bear being cheered on by his guys. The conga's out, and Russian Bear. Oh, you wouldn't expect anything less from these two. Opacity, what more can be said about White Russian Bear? Won the 2nd and the 6th Sasha Heavyweight Championship. He was, for the longest time, won the most Sasha Heavyweight Championships of any heavy boxer, has made the most appearances, and the only one who's tied him for the record with most Sasha Heavyweight Championships is Ice with season 7 and season 8. But especially in this case, most appearances, most tournament wins, most consistent placement. I mean, Russian Bear is just an incredible boxer, and now that he has a fully functioning PC, this debut is highly anticipated.
So like you said he now have a functioning PC, so it's going to go in his advantage. I really think so. So this match is going to be the main food of this whole night, main meal of the diner. It's going to be really nice, really really full of hype from pretty much everyone watching and participating into this night.
And what more can you say about Fluffy Teddy Bear as well? One of those boxers who of course runner-up for the Super Semis, was in the Final Four in season 8 for the playoffs. And Fluffy Teddy Bear, he's been consistent at fight nights. He's been an incredible competitor, and this is a big challenge for him. Even though Russian Bear has not been to a major circuit tournament until this point, he's come to fight nights. So Fluffy Teddy Bear, he's got a lot to prove here.
Yeah, so Fluffy Teddy Bear fight a few times. He really impressed me with his technique and what he could bring to the fights. So yeah, this is going to this match is really going to impress me. I really expect a lot from this.
Once the bell rings, you may begin.
Tell you the soundboards might need to be looked at, but Fluffy and Russian collide for the collision of the Bears, punches in, and Russian Bear, just as dominant as ever, comes out 3 punches, takes the first round.
Once again, a really quick one. If Fluffy Teddy Bear would have dodged the last punch, he could have put it one and maybe made a even closer fight, and maybe he would have won it, but well, we have what we get. So White Russian Bear just won this one really quick, really strong, really nice.
I mean, here we go. Once the bell rings, you may begin.
Round 2, Russian Bear has a 1-0 advantage, and Fluffy unlocks the power of the 2-2. Is it going to help him here? No! Russian Bear only had 1 punch against him, and with a 2-0 sweep, him and Baxter will collide in the quarterfinals.
For once, the power of the unicorn didn't help for the win. Oh, he just died. I'm pretty sure he wanted to show off his best loadout. So yeah, once again, quick one, full of tension, full of surprise. It was really great to see what happened.
Quarterfinals, Elgato, Ancestral, and Spaten doing their warm-up rounds, and we're pleased to have right on the ring side to give us his insights, the Executive Vice President of Operations for the National League Boxing League, Mr. Clayface. Clayface, you've been in attendance, and I think it's fair to say what we've seen from the round of 16 so far is just a testament to how the NHBL, anything can happen. What are the big things you've seen so far ringside?
I will definitely say that the new talent has just awakened tonight. I mean, check out this new guy, Elgato Ancestry, right here in the ring. A silent assassin. We don't even know if he speaks English or not. He has been whooping some ass. Took out Comfy Len in the first match of the night. Bit of an upset there. I'm excited to see how Angus Beef goes as well. He looked very good in his round of 16 matches. But some of the old guys have been doing well as well. You know, my Russian Bear, welcome back, looking very strong as usual. Bax is still in the mix as well. But there's been a lot of guys who have really been using the bait switch tactic, so essentially going into the ring straight away and then throwing the first punch. It's been all about that first punch because essentially the warrior spirit deals more damage, so it's less punches to kill. So that first punch fed is critical.
And it's definitely been one of those where a lot of guys are still well in the mix, and it's just been one of those tournaments that's completely shocking. Now, of course, the defending Sasha heavyweight champion Comfy Len gets eliminated early on, and as you mentioned, that's a testament to the talent awakening tonight. Not necessarily a preview for the rest of the season, but from what you've seen tonight in this tournament, how much are you expecting the veteran boxers to bounce back?
Well, I think White Russian Bear has the best chance of making it all the way out of all the guys. What I saw from him, he looked fantastic. But yet again, you can never underestimate guys like Spotted, Bax. You know, those guys have proven themselves time and time again that they are strong boxers. There's a plenty of chance. You know, when you're using the gloves like the Warrior Spirit, as mentioned before, anything can really happen. That's why we're seeing a lot of upsets tonight. It really shows how massively the Warrior Spirit's gloves are affecting everyone's performances tonight.
I wish you both good luck. Once the bell rings, you may begin.
Round 1, Elgato versus Spaten. 3 out of 5 in the quarterfinals. Spaten a little bit more aggressive than Elgato. Elgato kind of staying to the ropes, trying to get him in. Spaten just staying firm in where he's going. One of these boxers has to punch each other eventually, and the question is, who is it going to be? Spaten goes into the aggressive punch, gets it in, and Spaten, with the aggression, wins round 1.
Nice round, nice round. Some very quick punches, some very nice plays from both player, but sadly, Elgato missed a few plays over here.
Once the bell rings, you may begin.
1-0 advantage for Spaten. Elgato quick out of the gate, but stays a little bit more reserved as they circle around the NHBL 10 logo. Spaten with the aggression again, gets the first punch in, hook around it. Spaten with a 2-0 advantage is at match point.
He managed to quickly land 2 punches really easily while dodging one of Elgato punches. So he knew he landed first 2 punches and just needed to get the last one. Precious win.
Once the bell rings, you may begin.
2-0. Can Spaten get the sweep, or will Elgato extend it around? Let's see if Elgato can get a little bit more aggressive on his approach. Spaten with the stare down, trying to do the Oni stare. Is he reading into Elgato's soul? Elgato way more hesitant and not even staying still. Spaten going with the aggression. First punch in, multiple hook, and Elgato just can't get the other punch in. It's a 3-0 sweep, and Spaten is headed to the super semis tomorrow night.
Really nice from Spot. Nice job. Very nice match. Spot's really tried to always land his first 2 punches at first, and then he first think and then try to land his 2 punches really quickly, really close to each other, and that's the only things that can
hold on.
really do.
Oh,
Can I say a quick thing?
oh boy, here comes Spaten with his usual sayings.
Elgato, I hope you understand me. You were a good boxer. You upset one of our best. I hope to see you maybe come back in this league as a backup. You did really well.
Well, hello, Spaten. Welcome back. Season 10 has officially started tonight. How do you feel? Semi-finals. First tournament. And never mind. Go. Keep going.
So, a demon thought that he could take down a god. And another demon exists still in the bracket. I hope to see him. Maybe we'll get a little bit feisty. But White Russian Bear, I'm coming for you. You better not puss out.
You know, you have been calling out White Russian Bear since that Season 4 loss back in the NHBL Finals. So, if you got White Russian Bear tonight, or in this tournament, that would obviously mean quite a lot to you.
Yes, it would. It would. I just really want to see that berserker come out here and try to stop this gator. We'll see who wins in this river.
Oni and Angus Beef is the next quarterfinal we got as the boxers head to the ring. In Opacity, we saw both of these boxers. Both Oni and Angus Beef swept their respective competitors who were well experienced in Season 9. So this is 2 of the newcomers. This is giving me very much vibes of the Season 9 clash, where several boxers made incredible runs, including those of Stanvich and other guys who managed to win the tournament and just completely flipped everything upside down for the NHBL. This is very much what we're seeing here in the season 10 debut.
I think I lose, right?
Let's go.
Yes, it looks like yes, Elgato on voice chat as we're trying to commentate here. But opacity, just this is very much a flip or reversal thing we're seeing here.
So maybe at least.
Yeah, two sweeper against each other. It promised a very aggressive gameplay, and I'm really excited to see what's going to happen between them.
Yeah, as the warm-up rounds are going to start here, and you look at Angus Beef with that sweep against Rage Will 2-0. It's one of those situations where maybe Rage Will was off, maybe it was just Angus Beef was really on his game that night, but it's still nonetheless both of these boxers have a really good motivational factor coming into this quarterfinal, especially with the chance to go against a seasoned boxer such as White Russian Bear or Baxter in the super semis.
Indeed, yeah. It promised something really strong, really powerful tonight.
Unfreaking touchable.
This is going to be one of those amazing matches for sure. And let's talk a little bit more about Oni. As we mentioned, had been faced off against top boxers, hasn't gotten past the round of 16, maybe got to the quarterfinals in one tournament, but it's a testament to how Oni now is in this situation again in the quarterfinals against a tough boxer like Angus Beef. And this is definitely the chance for Oni to prove himself, to prove that he is a good, an amazing boxer. It's just that he's been matched against the best of the best in the NHBL.
Yeah, this may give him a little advantage over Biff. Even if that doesn't really mean anything, he may have fought some really strong opponent, but he couldn't have learned anything from this, or he could like think that Biff is going to do things that he wouldn't do because he's not as experienced as the other one, you know.
All right, then Son the Bell. You may begin.
Round one between Oni and Angus Beef. A trip to the super semis is on the line as Angus Beef is getting the Oni stare down, not even moving a muscle from the ring. As the CEO of Beef, they're both staring each other down. CEO of Beef could take a charge in there, but he's not letting that happen.
Oni,
with
you got
Oni
10
at the moment.
seconds to move.
Oni doesn't even take 1 second, gets the first punch in. CEO of Beef getting the punches back in. Can Oni do it? CEO of Beef was down and managed to get the first round victory. Incredible.
Yeah, quite nice. I don't think the idle technique will work on Biff. Like, you can just really, like you said, run over him. But it was nice to just wait for the warning. He may have gotten he may have lost the first punch. That didn't meant he lost.
At the Son the Bell. You may begin.
Again, I think soundboards are going to have to be looked at as the bell rings, and it's now a 1-0 advantage for the CEO of Beef. Oni, again, with minimal movement, trying to do that stare down. Has to be careful. It's Oni swinging a miss. Same for Beef. First punch dealt evenly by both. Oni trying to get it in. Oni down on the ropes as the CEO of Beef standing there. And Oni, again, just shifting around, trying to do something here. And CEO of Beef trying the same stare down. And
Beef, get moving.
he's trying.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
The unsportsmanlike conduct on that. Wow.
Perfectly timed with the death. Oni didn't land a single punch. He knew he was done, so he just danced to maybe try to calm down his opponents, but yeah.
And the question for the official in the match is if this is going to be a warning. We'll see if what Spogo does in preparation for round 3.
That will indeed be a warning. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Since you won, but you've got a penalty, it's gonna be a warning, and we gotta redo the round. 1-0. Son of the bell, you may begin.
So make that now 1-0. Oni with the lucky break and a 1-0 advantage for the CEO Beef, and it doesn't matter. 2-0, and make that now a lead. It's a match point again for Angus Beef.
Indeed, it's going to. I'm thinking. I think Ani can still come back. Can still score a round or 2, maybe 3. Maybe he can totally come back and win. But Beef is quite the opponent. He's very strong. No, it's not. It's never over.
At the son of the bell, you may begin.
Match point for Angus Beef. Oni's got a tough hill to climb, but trying the Oni stare down and gets the first punch in, or at least tries to get it there as Beef again staring down. Punch there, evenly dealt, and the CEO of Beef, 3-0 sweep. And we'll head on to the super semis tomorrow night against either White Russian Bear or Baxter.
Yeah, I stay on my quotes. I stay on what I said. Oni could have won. Really, he did gave up. Let's not hide it. He did gave up quite a bit, but he could have won it. I'm pretty sure about it.
The CEO of Beef, or should I say Angus Beef, or the soundboard master, the absolute weapon of mass destruction this guy has led in his path. He has not dropped a single round yet. Angus Beef, well done, and welcome to the National Heavy Boxing League. How do you feel tonight?
Pretty sure it's going to such.
Yeah. Typing up is oh, okay.
Says, I feel really tired, but I'm glad I got this far.
Oh, fair enough. Well done, mate. Well done. Fantastic performance.
The 2 memes, Minecraft, Steven Smash, and Biggie Cheese, otherwise Bright Boy and Luna Raven have their warm-up rounds. Gentlemen's Fedora and Opacity bringing you every bit of the action here from New York City. And Opacity, we've got only 2 matches left, but this next one is really interesting because Bright Boy and Luna Raven, both of these competitors, really active in the Fight Night scene. Of course, Luna won a Fight Night major event a few months ago, and Bright Boy defended his Fight Night championship at the Hall of Fame. So both of these boxers, they have a history with Fight Night in the major circuits, and these are 2 guys. Bright Boy was in the Final Four for the playoffs last season, and Luna Raven. This is just one of those matchups that you can only dream of having this kind of matchup play out in the regular season.
It's going to be a matchup really experienced with 2 really experienced players. I'm going to expect a lot of technique from those 2 guys. I don't only expect matches that going to a round that's going to go in the blink of an eye. I expect, like what we can see in the warm-up, some memeing, but also some more passive technique, some observation for what's going to happen.
Now, of course, the Biggie Cheese man, he's got a soundboard as well. And if we were not subject to to copyright laws, then Biggie Cheese would be spamming the Boombastic theme. If he wins this tournament, I'd be fine with it playing 10, 15 seconds of Mr. Boombastic. But that's only if he wins the tournament. And We'll see how it goes. And now instead of Minecraft Steven Smash, Bright Boy has changed himself to mac and cheese.
At the start of the bell, you may begin.
Round 1. Winner goes against Spottin in the Super Semis tomorrow night. Will it be the Biggie or the Mac? Punches by both. And Bright Boy gets the punches in. 2-punch advantage. Gets it in. Round 1 goes to the Peruvian.
Like I said, we could have seen some good technique in the side, mostly in the side of Bright Boy, who managed to dodge quite a lot of punches from Lunar. It just landed his second punch. They both land in one punch and start turning into each other, dodging together. But Bright Boy landed that second punch and scored the win.
All right. All right. At the start of the bell, you may begin.
Round 2, a 1-0 advantage for Bright Boy. Can Lunar Raven get it back? First punch dealt by Bright Boy. Can't deal it evenly back. Gets something in, just a whiff in the air. Both punches trying to go. Another punch in. And Bright Boy has a 2-0 advantage. He's on match point already.
He tried the 360 and punch, but didn't work on the first try. Once again, some good dodges for Bright Boy. Don't know what's going to happen for the next rounds, because we know that Lunar is quite experienced too, so maybe he can once again impress us and just put the situation at his advantage.
And the Biggie Cheese Man is going to call a dispute. So he's disputing hit registration, saying his first punch went on Bright Boy. So
After reviewing it, we did not see evidence of a phantom hit. We just didn't see the hit connect. The model did not connect with the other boxer.
Oh, are you Soundsmith Spelling Glue?
Yes.
All right, thank you. At the sound of the bell, you may begin.
And now a 2-0 advantage still for Bright Boy after the dispute. Lunar Raven's got a hill to climb. First punch dealt back in evenly in the center of the ring. As Lunar Raven tries to get a punch in, can he get another one in? Bright Boy, there was one punch to give for both, and Lunar Raven makes it 2-1.
Interesting comeback from Lunar Raven. I was expecting the loss of Bright Boy on this one when he was slow, but right when he landed a second punch on Lunar Raven, I thought to myself, "Whoa, really do that?" Like he was one punch away from death. I needed to land 2-1. Really dodge the last one, but sadly he didn't. So he lost this round.
Awesome. At the sound of the bell, you may begin.
2-1. Lunar Raven still down on the ropes, but Bright Boy on match point. Lunar Raven trying to be a little bit more conservative as a swing and a miss for Luna, but a punch in for Bright Boy. Another punch in, and it is Bright Boy with a 3-1 victory. Bright Boy versus Spottin. Book it for tomorrow night.
Nice for instance, not a total sweep as we can see. I thought once again that Bright Boy was going to lose on this one because of the little punches he took. He was one punch away from death. Thought he would miss his last one, but nicely.
Bright Boy, what a fantastic run so far. South America with the fireworks again. Peru, the fireworks, they're back again tonight. They've been in your corner for the past few months now. You've been performing fantastically. How do you feel?
I feel great.
Fantastic win tonight against Lunar Raven in the quarters. Was it something different you expected differently, or How did it go for you tonight?
At the start of the tournament, I thought to myself, boy, I'm against Random Puncher. I need to at least KO him. I need to beat him. I cannot lose to him again. And so I did. I did the peace strat. That worked for me. So, yeah.
And then your thoughts using the warrior spirit gloves, just out of curiosity.
Just one word.
Yeah.
They're cursed.
Now, how do you feel about going against Spottin in the next round? Gator Wall inbound. What do you think?
To be honest, I never fought in. If I'm correct, I've never fought in Spartan before, so it's gonna be a new match to see. So yeah, but spoiler alert, I'll win.
Angus Beef is, I'm sure, watching right now. The CEO of Beef. If you don't see, I'm sure Brand could get a quick shot of it, but sees Oni, CEO of Beef, and Fluffy Teddy Bear making a stack in ringside, and Baxter laughing along with it. He's laughing now. He's kind of laughing in a little bit of fear as he's got a tough matchup ahead of him with White Russian Bear. Now, here's the thing about Baxter. He's played against White Russian Bear several times before. He, of course, everyone knows about what happened in the Fight Night situation, but it's really hard to beat a boxer twice. It's really hard to do that. And with Baxter, he has the more veteran experience, so he's most poised to be able to take it to Russian.
He's a veteran. He's an angry boxer, like we could have seen earlier tonight. So really, it's going to be some very quick and energetic matches, some quick and energetic rounds against a Right Russian Bear. It's really exciting to see where it really beat him again.
And the factor you look at White Russian Bear, season 7. Season 7 is the last time he's boxed in the major circuit. He's boxed plenty of times in the Fight Night circuit. Was a Fight Night champion defending for a while, and more importantly, the only thing that made him semi-retire was his PC slowing down. That was it. He just needed to get a new computer, and now it's nothing about the skill. It was just the frame drop. So Russian Bear, he's ready to go. He really is. You could tell by these warm-up rounds.
Like maybe he did retire for 2 years because of his PC, but maybe he trained secretly. He trained different method to kick everyone's ass in his boxing ring. You know, he trained himself physically, mentally, and heavily, if I can say it like this.
Bax, are you ready?
I don't wanna go in there.
I'll take that as a no. All right. Does that mean Oh, he is. Oh, okay. All right. When you hear the bell, you may begin.
And you saw it there. We'll get the official call from Simi.
Yeah, that's just a warning to White Russian. All right. When you hear the bell, you may begin.
Shows how the ring rust could kind of show there from the major circuit. Russian Bear aggressive with the punches, and bang, bang, closeout. 1-0 for the victory.
Bax didn't even land a single punch. That was really unexpected. I was really hoping to see a very close one, like 2 punch from each other, and who's going to be the fastest on the last one, you know. But names, there's 2 misses of Bax really settles the game.
Baxter is going to file a dispute for hit registration. He's specifically saying the second punch.
Final ruling is that even if one of the punches had hit, it would not have impacted the final outcome because White Russian Bear had a hit advantage. So we're not giving the dispute. All right, when you hear the bell, you may begin.
Round 2, Russian Bear still with a 1-round advantage. Baxter gets the punch in, deals it back to him. Down the ropes, Baxter, after losing the dispute, ties it up 1-1.
Losing the dispute really motivated him. I can feel it. He really wanted to get full concentration, full focus mode. To get to a 3-punch without even getting it. Once
I can
said,
answer that for you,
however,
Opacity.
I didn't see
And
him,
Bax did
doing
receive a
what he
flawless
was.
victory in that
So,
round, so good on him.
yeah.
No punches sustained.
When you hear the bell, you may begin.
Round 3, tied 1-1. Punch in by both boxers, trying to deal it evenly. Baxter with the advantage is now leading 2-1, and he's on match point.
Damn it, looks like he really found it motivation to win this time, really. It's quite impressive how he's connecting all of these punches.
When you hear the bell, you may begin.
2-1. Russian Bear comes aggressive. Baxter tries to deal the punch back evenly, but can't do it. Russian Bear with the punch. It's now tied up evenly at 2 rounds each.
Wow, what a tie. I wanted that. I really wanted a great match like this. I expected it from the 2 bears, to be totally honest. But having it between White Russian Bear and Baxter really is exciting to see it.
When you hear the bell, you may begin.
Waiting for the bell to be rung. And here we are, final round between Baxter and White Russian Bear. Who will Angus Beef collide with? It will be White Russian Bear. 3-2. The Bear comes back for being down 2-1. And Russian Bear and Angus Beef will collide in the super semis tomorrow night.
Absolutely beautiful. The last round, really quick, really strong. We've seen all the sweat over White Russian Bear arms. Really, I really wanted this at least once tonight, and we got something really beautiful.
And White Russian Bear wins! And is through to the semi-finals. Look at that loadout. He's got those big eyes and a mask. Oh my god, he looks terrifying. Definitely dressed up for Halloween. White Russian Bear, your first major tournament appearance since Season 7. How do you feel?
I smell cheese.
You smell cheese? Yes! Oh. Well, I'll ask you this. You down against 2-1 against Bax. You've been in that position before. What was going through your mind?
That I really need to go to the restroom.
Fair enough. Now, you are fighting this man right here next round in the semis. Angus Beef, the soundboard master. Words for him.
Coffee is just bean soup.
Bodden and Bright Boy, the first match that is going to be taking place in the semis tonight. The referee and the boxers will be heading to the ring just now, and me and you will be about to commentate the first tournament semi-finals of Season 10, Rich.
It's been a long time, and I'm honestly super stoked because this is my first time on analysis since, oh my gosh, since when actually? Like season, I was on analysis earlier on in Season 9, but this is my first proper analysis gig in a long time, and I can't wait to see it. Did the scout just teleport into the ring? Did I see that right?
I assume
it's warm up.
Say to you as well, Rich. We forgot to touch base on the Warriors Spirit, the gloves that have been used in the tournament. The Warriors Spirit make it a very faster paced fight, Rich.
That is true. We saw last season with that, didn't we? We saw in last season's Backyard Brawl, which I will pull up here right now because I do have all of the stat sheets here. I think Spotton did partake in the Backyard Brawl last season, and if I remember correctly, Spotton came 4th seed. So Spotton last time had a very good successful run against JoJo in first round. Axeman defeat in Axeman won of Axeman in the second round. Semi-finals, Chicken disposed 4-1. But now there's no Chicken to contend with, and instead is Angus, who is. Do we have? Because again, I'd hate to say I do not have that much detail. Who is Agnes Beef? Do we know who Agnes Beef is?
He is a newcomer, to my knowledge. First season sign up, I believe. This is his first tournament.
Fight Night regular. I see.
Okay.
One of the Fight Night guys. I really need to go back on Fight Night. I really need to.
But it's still a major circuit debut, though. So, yeah, still a very impressive, showing from him for his first tournament.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to say the least because. It's Bright Boy and Spotton. I mean, I was going to ask who Angus Beef was anyway, but there you go. But I know who Spotton is. I know who Bright Boy is, and Bright Boy, very good player from what very good boxer, and from the Bright Boy's time in HFC, showed a lot of promise at the time. Of course, that was a couple of years ago, but it seems now I think Bright Boy has been more on the Fight Night scene, and I think, well. White Russian Bear is no pushover.
Round number 1 underway, and right out the gate was Bright Boy Spotton. A little bit more relaxed here. Both men just hovering around the Season 10 logo. Spotton with the first strike, charges in it. Oh, how about that? Spotton with that first kill, backed him against the ring ropes. Ow.
I mean, that's just textbook Spotton, isn't it, really? Because you see Spotton just patient, calm as you like in that first round. Absolutely patient, and I get why Bright Boy wanted to try and get that ring sort of dominance out of early. But when you're up against Spotton, you can't afford to make a mistake. And also, I do apologize. Bright Boy has not been part of the HFC. That was Mario Bama Boy. They both have boy in their names. I'm tired. They both have begin with a B. I'm sorry, but Bright Boy, yes, very very good boxer indeed. But I have no doubt that Bright Boy could potentially, bring out an upset here.
Well, number 2 underway. Bright Boy again, right out the gate. Spotton is a bit cautious.
Oh.
So almost like it's almost like he's knowing Spotton's gonna push in, and Bright Boy takes the second round. He swept him the first round, the first punch. And Ridge, how important is it for him to have gotten that first punch in there?
The answer is very. Because you saw that early ring aggression, didn't you? Bright Boy swooped on in, took center stage in that, and forced Spotton against that rope. And when you are up against normal fists, you have one more fist to make up. No, every single punch in this game, with these fists count. You saw Spotton missing the punches, and it scared me a little bit because they both missed their punches a little bit. Maybe it was a rope springing on them by surprise. I don't know, but it was a very, very close round, and unlucky for Spotton to not hit that.
Round number 3 underway. Once again, Bright Boy always the first to leave the corner. Spotton with a miss. Spotton missed the first punch, but he managed to get it back. Oh, that was a close round. Both men were in the center of the ring, trading shots. Ridge, Spotton missed 2 punches there, but Bright Boy missed his second punch as well.
Yeah, Spotton just not hitting these punches. I mean, Bright Boy's aggression, right? It's worked out 2 out of 1 of these matches, of these rounds. So I think what Spotton has to try and be here is a little bit more consistent, because we are seeing these misses time and time again. Even when Bright Boy misses and Spotton gets upper advantage, Spotton just misses some of these. And it might be reg, it might be unlucky, it might just be rustiness, but Spotton needs to pick up these hits, Clay. If you don't hit someone, you don't kill the person. It's simple maths.
Round number 4, Bright Boy leads 2-1. Both men center of the ring. Spotton with the first punch this time. We missed 2 in a row again. Oh, that's not looking good for Spot, and he missed 2 in a row again, but Bright Boy backed up. That was some great little piece of footwork there, Rich.
Oh, brilliant maneuver. Brilliant moves. Okay, brilliant moves from Bright Boy. Beef. Just pure beef from Spotton. Had him against that corner. Nowhere to go. You are on the Bright Boy in there. I'm telling you, Spotton. Face to face right now, or ethereal being in spectator to you. Hit these. Hit these punches. Hit these punches.
Match point here. Spot has to win 2 in a row to at least tie it up to force it to sudden death. Trading shots in the center. What is nearly sweeping Spot in. 4-1. He's through to the grand final. What a fantastic fight performance by him.
That one was not Spotton's fault. I will say that. It was just Bright Boy knew that timing a little bit better, and it wasn't lucky for Spotton to not get that. But Spotton definitely showed that promise, and while Spotton did beef a lot of those shots, yes, it was just that last round was unlucky, and it's interesting to me because Bright Boy knew exactly what to do. Bright Boy did know exactly what to do, and commiserations for Spotton, but great maneuverability from Bright Boy. Speaking of which, I'm here now. I'm in the ring now. Epic. We're going to get a Bright Boy interview. Where is he? Come down. You... It's going to be one of the... Right. So Bright Boy, what a match. And you showed Spotton just how good at believability you are and how well. So tell me, what was your plan going into this? Because Spotton is no pushover, you know. And yet you made it seem like he was.
Well, to be honest, I never fought in Spawning before, so it was like a new match to me. And by seeing him move, I can definitely tell that he was like he kind of like had a type of similarity to my style, like being passive and then boom, go aggro and all that shit. But then I had an idea. What if I just go aggro? Or I just go into the baiting mode, and that's what I did.
It's a brilliant strategy, and I guess it kind of takes credence from Retro a little bit as well. Retro used to do that same style of baiting and passing. So, do you reckon you learned a couple of tidbits from him, or do you reckon this is a completely new? Because I have not seen, because I've been here since season 6, I think. I have not seen, and heavy boxing before that. I don't think I've seen that particular sort of passive play style, particularly from many people from the NHBL or HFC. So, do you reckon strategy will change depending on who gets the finals tonight?
It can definitely change because I know White Russian Bear. I fought him before. He's a pretty good boxer as well as Spotton. So it can depend. It can depend. I don't know what White Russian Bear has planning, or because like I said before, I don't know. It can be either beef or White Russian Bear. So if it's White Russian Bear, then I gotta plan something. I gotta bring one of my ultimate moves. But if it's beef, then I just gotta bring the heavy arms. You know, the long arms. You know.
The long arms indeed. So, do you have final thing here before we pass on back to Clay for the next match? Any final words for the potential finalists tonight?
The Bible.
It says the Bible.
You question the words of the mighty.
White Russian Bear and Angus beef warm-ups just taking place now. Ridge, there has been so much hype on White Russian Bear's long-awaited return to the major circuit. He was on a brief hiatus for about 2 seasons, past season 7, and he only just returned to the Fight Night the Fight Night scene. Probably end of season 9 only is when he was kind of back, you know, to fully working capacity computer. But isn't it just amazing seeing the 2-time Sasha heavyweight champion back here tonight?
Absolutely. I mean, with that kind of repertoire, Angus, regardless of how well Angus is doing and regardless of how well you can have a good run coming into this, you're going to be shitting your pants because this is White Russian Bloody Bear, arguably the best boxer of all time. And, well, I'd be scared. I would be very, very, very scared. So let's just take this into account here. White Russian Bear has been to multiple finals. Won 2 of those finals. Has appeared in the most finals tournaments, being half of all of them have ever existed. Is probably one of the most seasoned veterans in the NHBL scene outside of Metro. And now he's in semis and looks quite strong. Potential to grands to face off against Bright Boy. If I'm Angus, I would have a lot to live up for. That's all I'm saying.
With White Russian Bear's return to the National Heavy Boxing League, he's now the second longest tenured heavy boxer in HBL history. Him and Metro both competed in season 2.
Oh yeah.
Both competed in season 2, but obviously White Russian Bear's been to. White Russian Bear also held the record for most NHBL Finals appearances, but Metro did break that record about two or 3 seasons ago. So, interesting stuff here. Here we go. It's bear time and beef time. Both men center the ring, exchanging shots in the corner. Russian Bear pushed him against the ropes. Oh, man. Welcome back to the ring, my Russian Bear. Look at him go. Ridge, he's on fire.
He is. I mean, a textbook first round start there for White Russian Bear. You saw the White Russian taking that ring aggression, and as soon as White Russian Bear planted his firm buttocks in between those two colors, Angus knew that something had to be done. Credit where it's due, Angus did put up a couple of punches, and to be fair, White Russian Bear, couldn't be perfect in that front, but, when someone takes that ring aggression early, especially someone who's inexperienced, it'll be a frightening concept.
Both men center the ring, Russian Bear at the corner. Angus Beef slow to move. Both men exchanging shots into the ring. Angus Beef missed 2 punches. Russian Bear took advantage of that. Beef missed his second punch. Russian Bear connected with his, and then it was all downhill for Beef in the center. He missed his 3rd shot even, Ridge, there.
He did, and just White Russian Bear's movement backwards and forwards, just putting a little bit of distance in between the two, and I like to call it the WS cycle. It's like I go forwards, you go backwards. I go forwards, you go backwards, constantly on a loop. And I'm sorry to say, but Angus got the short end of the stick there, so it's 2-0. I mean, now you've really got to start paying attention, because this is White Russian Bear we're dealing with here. So round 3.
And we're out and running again. Angus Beef was slow to move. Russian Bear is so aggressive, Ridge. This is the most aggressive I've seen Russian Bear. He is known to be aggressive, but this is really, really aggressive, Ridge.
Oh, I mean, you didn't even get time to commentate. White Russian Bear was just over there instantly, doing a mini gator roll onto Beef. And I mean, this is the White Russian Bear we've come to expect, and this definitely shows me that even after the very tense, kind of shaky start the White Russian had at the beginning of this tournament, that's all for now, because White Russian Bear right now is on form. I do not care what anyone else says. White Russian Bear is just on form tonight. 3-0.
And here we go, match point for White Russian Bear. Both men exchanging shots center of the ring. Russian actually missed his 2nd shot, and Beef that capitalized. Now, this is looking interesting, Ridge. He's
a little bit more interesting, yeah. A little bit more interesting, I'd say. I mean, that was just a little bit of a mistake by a White Russian, because, of course, even the best can kind of blunder with these aggressive, very, very aggressive just charges. And, yeah, Angus did have the sort of the mini step back bait. The mini step back bait. Mini step back bait. I call it that from now on. The ba. That's the special move when you bait someone back. Just when you go back, they go forwards. Bait the ba. That's new move. We coin it.
Here we go. Russian Bears quick out the gate like usual. First punch connects for RWB. They're exchanging shots in the center. RWB is going back to the NHBL Tournament Finals. Wow. He has looked good tonight. A 4-1 win. He'll meet Bright Boy in tonight's final, Ridge.
Brilliant stuff. And again, just White Russian Bear's maneuverability and the sheer sort of strength the White Russian had was incredible. And again, it goes to show, even though you are a new boxer, you have a fresh pair of eyes coming in, you're sprightly, you're chipper, you are the chimichanga, doesn't stop you from the onslaught of cheese dip that's going to crush you and ultimately drown you in a monstrous sea of despair. And that's what I say. You know what? Best analogy of all time. Here I am. I'm talking about how the melted cheese will just destroy the chimichanga. That's what happened here. If you don't like that analogy, fight me. Anyway, so I'm here with White Russian Bear. White Russian Bear, what do you think of that match, buddy?
I miss my wife.
It must be tragic. It really must be tragic. So about that match, White Russian Bear, Agnes did have a very sort of sprightly, chipper attitude going into this, and Agnes did come off of 2 decent victories considering their run-up start. So, did you have any sort of did you have to sniff around a little bit first, trying to find out this person's strategies?
She took the car.
It must be a deep, deep tragedy. I'll never forget that day. And you're facing off against Bright Boy in grand finals. And, well, it's interesting that because Bright Boy, of course, finalist, top 4. You're facing off against finalist, top 4. So do you reckon that do you have any sort of a mindset going into tonight? What do you have to do in order to defeat Bright Boy?
I'm going to need a crown roll for this one.
Truly wise words. Any final words for Bright Boy tonight?
Do you have some crown roll?
Ridge, here we are.
Here we are, indeed, indeed, indeed. Now, let's break this down. We have Bright Boy, a very sprightly up-and-comer from Season 9 and I think Season 8 as well, probably Season 9 only. But regardless, Bright Boy. Top 4 finish last season, potentially the first season. All right, looking very, very good. Very, 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 very consistent. And just those moves are great. Against White Russian Bear, one of the most seasoned boxers in NHBL. Looking just as on form as he ever has done. This is arguably, in my opinion, one of the top 5 G matches in NHBL history. Technically speaking. So I know what you're gonna say next, Clay. I know you're gonna promote the shit out of it. Because you've always been the one that's like, oh wow, this boxer that isn't from NA, that's okay.
Well,
I will say, even behind the scenes, guys, Clay just swarms on like non-NA boxers like moth to a flame. Clay is just swarming on these guys.
Here's though, Ridge, what I will say. Here's what I would say though.
Right.
If Bright Boy can win tonight, he's the first South American boxer to win an NHBL tournament. He's already made history by making it to the final 2. So he's the first South American boxer to make it to the final 2. So hey, history has been made. History can be made even more. Round number 1 underway. Bright Boy is actually first out of the corner instead of White Russian Bear. A bit of a change. Connecting center of the ring.
Oh.
Wow. Quick. Fast punching there, Ridge. Wow.
Just made short work of him. You saw the calculated play. And when I said like literally 2.5 minutes ago that Bright Boy was hard to punish? Well, White Russian Bear did exactly that to Bright Boy. And I mean, it's not unexpected, but also that is very uncharacteristic of Bright Boy to just take that. Just take it. Just smack all day long. And well, that first round definitely sets the tone a little bit here. Bright Boy is by no means out of this, of course. This is first to 6, so White Russian's only a 6th of the way there, but it's not looking good for Bright Boy.
Round number 2 underway. Both men have this aggressive style. They're both meeting center of the ring, and Russian just overpowers him into the blue corner, Ridge. So aggressive from both players, though.
The massive change up in play style. I am at a loss because I have only ever really seen. I don't remember much of season 7 or season 6 really. So White Russian Bear doing this, nuts. Very, very nuts. And considering the close match they had against Backs, this is like a completely, almost reinvigorated White Russian Bear compared to last night. This is scary if you're Bright Boy, even though it is only 2-0. This is scary.
Round number 3 underway again, and both center of the ring exchanging. Russian missed that shot, but that doesn't matter. He still picks up the win. He had great movement there, sense of movement of the last punch. He just got out the way of that. He missed his second or third punch there, Ridge, which was nearly critical.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, Clay, that just cements White Russian Bear's ability to just realize, oh, I missed this punch. Time to reset myself. And not many boxers can claim to do that. I think Spotson can claim to do that. Ice used to be able to claim to do that. Shikin too. But the fact that White Russian Bear did it in such a quick and easy fashion, rather than just forcing the boxers to back away from each other, is something to behold, really. 3-0. This is scary.
Russian Bear up 3-0. We're heading into round 4 here. Trading shots again. The matches are so quick. I don't have time to even give my commentary on them.
I'm glad I'm not doing play-by-play tonight, because this would have been torture. Oh my god.
It's sent 3-1.
3-1. It's 4-0.
No, it's 4-0. It's 4-0. It's 4-0 to White Russian Bear, and this is unbelievable.
It's unlucky though from Bright Boy, because you saw, Clay, they both had, like, they were both right up at each other's grill, and they both got their first punch in. Maybe Bright Boy got a reg or something. It's not impossible, but you know, considering that they were both right up next to each other, that was very unlucky for Bright Boy. So this is looking less and less likely. I mean, comebacks are always appreciated, though. Comebacks are always appreciated.
Of course.
Of course.
Round number 5, White Russian Bear leads 4-0. First punch connects for White Russian Bear, and the second, and the third, and the fourth, and the fifth, and the sixth, and the seventh, and the eighth is not missing a step tonight. It feels like, Ridge, that every punch is just connecting for him. It's unbelievable.
This is... Right. Usually I do my analysis now, but I am only going to say this. This is... This is a more dominating the Musique's win in Season 8. This is more dominating than that. And that was against Ice. Proven play... Was it Season 9 or was it Season 8 that Musique won the first tournament in stride?
Season 8.
Yeah,
I believe you're referring to, yeah.
I'm going to delay this a little bit. I do not care. The broadcast has not gone on long enough. Ice, for context, Ice came off of a World Championship victory, right? This is a World Championship victory. Musique then came along in that first tournament, the Backyard Brawl, this very tournament, and said, oh, that's cute. And then he won with ease. This is that. This is history repeating itself here. I'm scared, Clay. I'm really scared.
Here we go, round 6. White Russian Bear up 5-0. History has been made. Welcome back to the NHBL, White Russian Bear.
Welcome,
6-0
swing. Back.
He is back in the NHBL with a win in the first tournament. He's back, and this just sets the standard for every other boxer competing right now in the NHBL, Ridge. Wow.
There have been only a couple of times where I've been speechless. European Finals was one of them. The second time was the Musique victory over Ice. And I think the fourth time was the one where I went, oh, what was that? In the European division. I think it was another tournament with Chicken and Comfyland. This is the fourth time ever. I can only say, what the fuck was that? That was dirty Russian. That was dirty.
Hello everyone, Clayface here, the EVP of Operations from the NHBL, and this is the prize presentation for tonight's tournament, the first tournament of the Season 10. In 4th place by virtue of 6 wins, 6-round wins, 5-round losses, is Spottin. He unfortunately just missed out on qualifying as well in the Season 10 NHBL Finals, but I'm sure he'll have many opportunities coming up to qualify. In third place, by round virtue of 6 wins and 4 losses, was Angus Beef, who once again he has qualified as a third place winner. He has qualified for the NHBL Finals. Congratulations to him on a fantastic run he had tonight, his first major circuit appearance tournament. In second place, Bright Boy, and he has also qualified for the NHBL Finals. And in first place, White Russian Bear, who has, yes, of course, White Russian Bear has qualified for the NHBL Finals. Congrats to you 4 gentlemen. Fantastic runs here tonight. Ridge is going to be doing the quick interviews. Ridge, take it away.
Thank you very much. I'm going to go to this side. Hello, Spartan. So, Spartan, I mean, this tournament looked pretty tough going into this, and I will not lie. Some of these guys were very, very, coming off of the back of kind of good first round victories. So you had a lot to live up to. You had a lot to prove, and this tournament you didn't quite make it, but it was a good night for you, technically speaking, because well, you got to face Bright Boy again, learn some of the strategies. So how are you feeling? How's 4th place sitting?
Wait, give me a second. I gotta get the thing. You know the thing.
Oh, the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a face to keep up. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
All right. Fuck. All right. Fuck this thing. All right. So listen. Fucking everyone in here, right? I've noticed something. Everyone in here has been not just playing this thing, doing this like fucking boxing thing, entirely on season. I'm the only one that's been playing constantly on season all the time. Like, i.e., I have a lot of downtime between like my fucking before like practicing. Everything I do is straight up improv. What I'm noticing right now, right, that there's been a big meta shift, and I haven't been able to keep up.
Right.
Every last one of these guys, right? Fight night, I just have to say, massive fucking success. Brought up the quality of every boxer in here, except me, because I haven't participated.
Oh.
That one like fateful night when I got told, "Oh hey, you're a top boxer, so you're banned from the thing." But that was like about 2 years ago, maybe. It's like, holy shit! I didn't expect it to be this incredibly like good for them. But like, I gotta say this, I really, really, really want to rematch White Russian Bear, but I don't think I'm prepared yet. I gotta keep at it. I gotta, while we're off, I'm not gonna stop boxing. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna catch up to these guys, because watching White Russian Bear here, the first time I fought against them was essentially a life-changing experience for me. Fighting against him,
you saw the light at the end of the tunnel.
It was like fighting him made me want to improve so much at this little niche thing, this little community that I fucking love. And that entire time I felt something. That adrenaline, that rush, that feeling, it was so good. And seeing him just get back in the ring and just look like a goddamn monster was something else.
It's definitely spiritual.
That's both the White Russian Bear that I know, but also the White Russian. But that's also a person I don't goddamn recognize.
It's just this sort of polarizing thing. I mean, I do agree with you. White Russian Bear has definitely got an image to keep up now.
I honestly don't think that would have been like, even if I got my rematch with him today, I don't think I would have won. I think he just would have swept me.
I mean, that is a possibility, but also, I mean, you are a very good boxer. It's just White Russian Bear. We'll get on to White Russian Bear in a minute. So thank you very much for that Spartan.
Yeah. You know, listen, wait, hold up. Wait. But listen, you know what they say.
I'm listening.
You know what they say. You don't know what they say.
I don't know what they say. You're very, very right on that. Coming into our third place, I'm going to stand this side, there's more room. Coming on the third place, is Agnes Beef, an interesting competitor here. So Agnes, I've only got one simple question to ask you, and it's, how was that for you? Because you coming from Fight Night, I've been told you're a Fight Night regular. Again, I don't attend Fight Night. I will attend it next week. I'm coming over there. But how was that for you? How was that? How was tonight? Did they open up some eyes? I got a typer, I think. So if there's typing, I will read it in my best TTS voice, because people keep saying I'm a TTS bot. And both thank you and also that doesn't make any sense. How was that match? How was tonight for you, Mr. Agnes Beef? It was interesting for sure. I didn't expect to place in a good spot. I'm just super glad I got here. Simple words put simply. Thank you very much, Agnes. And will we be seeing more of you? Give me a vigorous nod or a vigorous shake if we're going to be seeing more of you this season. Absolutely. Good fighting spirits. It's Bright Boy, our 4th place from last season, and this season getting 2nd in Grands. So, I've got a singular question for that. How was fighting White Russian Bear for you? Because that looked pretty devastating. I will not sugarcoat it for you. That looks pretty nuts. Do I have a typing situation? Oh, no.
It was really, really, but really hard to pull off the second time, since from what I've seen from his matches, I can tell that he's got a good strategy. He got a good strategy to pull off and get some kills and wins. But it is possible.
It is possible. It is possible indeed. White Russian, I will firmly believe that no heavy boxer is bulletproof. We saw it with Retro, we saw it with Ice, and we saw it with arguably Spartan as well. I believe that White Russian Bear is no different. So, do you have anything else to add on to that tonight?
The monkey.
Monkey. Thank you very, very much, Bright Boy, for your words. It's White Russian Bear. Now, I have to ask, what the hell did you eat for breakfast this morning? Because did you have your Wheatie Bix for breakfast? Because that tonight could not have been any better of a comeback night for you, White Russian. How the fuck are you feeling?
Hungry.
You want some food? Yeah, I'll give you some food if you want. I'll just there you go.
Banana nasty.
Banana nasty.
Best
Oh, okay.
loadout in history too.
Best,
It's a funny loadout. That's so funny.
Look at this. You stare into these eyes, Fedora. I don't know if you get the camera angle on this, but stare deep into White Russian's eyes. Those are the eyes of a guy who has gone tonight 10-1 tonight. 10-1. Anyway, thank you, White Russian Bear. Is there anything you want to add to coming into next season? You know, you've got a massive standard to live up to now. Is there anything you want to say? Any challenging words you want to put out there to any aspiring old school or new school boxer coming into this season 10?
My victory was sponsored by NordVPN.
The final word gets to go with our speech person for tomorrow, which is Gearhead. Now, his laptop is broken, unfortunately, so he is not able to attend in server. But the best way we believe that was to tribute to him is that his gear icon is sprayed next to the NHBL 10 logo on the stage. So although nobody is there, Gearhead is joining us in Discord. So good night, everyone, at least for myself and Opacity. But Gearhead will have the final word in his speech for the Season 10 campaign.
Thank you very much, Fedora. And like you said, it's an honor to be here, even if I couldn't attend personally. And I'm just here to talk about the league and what it means to me. So where to begin, honestly? God, it was almost yesterday. I remember hearing about the league. It was from an old friend of mine who was a commentator. And I saw this and I thought, it looked like it might be interesting. So I decided to step up and go to attend a fight night. I'm like, that's a weekly thing. Might as well try it. my first tournament, I actually made it to the second round, and I thought, this was fun. I'm going to do this again. And I kept attending. I met a whole bunch of people at those fight nights, and God, at that moment, I never could have imagined that I would have got to this point where I made it to the finals in a season, where I'm now one of the coordinators of fight nights and a commentator in the league. I could never have pictured this a year and a half, 2 years ago. Man, and then after all that, I signed up for tournaments in season 8. And I remember I believe it was my first tournament. I actually made it past the first round, and I was so excited. It was like, oh my goodness, I made it. And then I found out what happens when you run into Dos Caras. Yeah, that didn't end well. But that season, that second round appearance actually got me into the finals, which I washed out in the first round. But hey, it was an amazing appearance for me. I enjoyed it. And honestly, I didn't have much success in the ring over seasons 8 and season 9 that followed. But I still loved every second I spent in that ring. It was honestly so enjoyable. Just incredible stuff. The camaraderie of the boxers. Just it's basically like a small family. We all know each other. And they're people that I would never have met if not for this league. And a lot of them are still very good personal friends. And then at the end of season 9, I figured, I think boxing has passed me by, and decided to get into commentary. And I honestly, the first person I had to thank there is Sins for giving me a shot. And while I unfortunately can't commentate tomorrow night, sadly, I hope to be there for more events later on in season 10. But I still remember my first commentary gig. It was the day 1 of the Collision of Continents, and oh boy, I was paired with Radovan at the time, he'll be there tomorrow night. Best of luck to you. And it was going pretty smoothly. I was trying to keep my calm, and then I get a little Steam DM from none other than Simi, who told me that Lazy Purple just rated the stream, and we had over 500 viewers simultaneously. In my head, I was like, oh god. But it's something that I personally tried to take in stride, and honestly, I was so excited when I was finished that night was one of the most viewed nights in NHBL history, and I still can't believe that. I still cannot believe that happened. But wow, just after all that, I have a whole bunch of people to say thank you to. Of course, Sins giving me the opportunity to be a commentator, giving me that once-in-a-lifetime experience. Fedora, of course, for being there for all the boxers, all the staff, basically keeping this league a well-oiled machine. Brand for doing all of the behind-the-scenes work. Honestly, Brand Flakes, you're probably the most underrated staff member here, to be honest, because it's with you running the streams. We literally could not do it without you. I have to say thank you to the referees, all of them, to who they keep our boxers in line and make sure that we are a professional league. I have to say thank you to my fellow commentators who try to keep these streams interesting. And it's without you guys that I wouldn't have become a commentator. You guys inspired me. I have to say thank you to the boxers, because I was there with you guys. I know how it feels to have all that pressure on you. And I know the heartache, the feeling of triumph with completion. That's what you strive for. I know that. I've felt it. And honestly, it's you guys who keep this league alive. And finally, I have to thank the viewers, all of you at home, that you guys, and it's your support, and it's you guys showing up at fight night, and it's you guys
that see the boxing and think, I want to try that for myself. It's always exciting to see that. Honestly, this league has changed my life for the better. I never would have imagined how my life would have gone if I hadn't met everyone here. I wish the best for everyone in this league, and every boxer who's in the tournaments this year. Let's make the league swan song one to remember. Thank you.
Tonight, me and Ridge will not have the final say. As a season 10 is going to be the final season in the National Heavy Boxing League, we are doing historical interviews from people from around the league who have participated for years. And last night we had Gearhead, and tonight we will be hearing from Rage Will.
The spell. Look at the wizard. So,
ladies and gents, we got him. Hello, everybody. I am the one and only Rage Will. Yes, I am here tonight to give a historical speech, so to say. It might be a funny one. It might be a gag. We shall see. So, as you all can see, I had my downfall to Angus beef yesterday, but that does not mean I will not stop boxing. I will continue to improve myself, either though I can't come to most boxing matches due to the fact work. But one of these days I will come out on top, and I will make sure to end up in the finals again, either by points or by hopefully winning one of these matches. We shall see. The only thing I know is my fate relies on either Gearhead, Sins, or Fedora himself when he comes picking his balls. So, I want to thank you all for coming out tonight, and yeah, abracadabra.
Ouch.